Potassium. Welcome back to story time. This will actually be our final week of story time. My goodness, how sad. But I am very excited about the books that we're going to read this week because, like I said on Friday, these are all going to be special books to myself, but also books that remind me of the class in some way or another. And these are just books that we had a lot of fun with at school. So let's go ahead and get started. Today, we're going to read The Wonderful, Fluffy Little Squishy by Beatrice Alemagna. And I really like the story because the main character has this like resourcefulness and eagerness to get this done that it's really quite something that I see in my students. You know, they're very determined to learn and to work and just to find different ways of getting things done. And so that's something that I found in this book. And so let's go ahead and give it a read. Let's begin. My name is Edith, but my friends call me Eddie. I'm 5.5 years old. My dad speaks 5 languages. My mom sings like a bird. My sister's an ice skating queen, but me, I don't know how to do anything. Nothing at all. That's what I think anyway. Poor Eddie. This morning, I heard my sister say these words: birthday, mommy, fluffy, little, squishy. Oh no, I thought. She's going to give mom the most amazing present. I had to do something too. But what? So I ran off to Mr. John the baker. With all of his wonderful squishy things, he had to be able to help me. Hello, Mr. John. Do you have a fluffy squishy? I must say, little Eddie, that sounds completely inedible, but I do have some warm brioches. Take one for the road. Is that what she's looking for, you think? I don't think so. Let's keep going. I tucked the brioche into my bag and set off to see Wendy, the prettiest florist in the whole neighborhood. A tufty fluffy? That must be a fuzzy plant, Wendy decided. Take this clover. It will bring you good luck. A fluffy, The fluffiest place I could think of was Mimi's shop, where she had fluttery, feathery things in every corner. That's where I'll find it, she thought. Look at all those fuzzy little things, coats and scarves. A fluffy fuzzy? Oh, my dear girl, fuzzy isn't fashionable at all. But here, take this. It's very precious, Mimi assured me. A mother of pearl button? Finally, I was making some progress. There was just one more thing for me to do. I had to see the most fashionable person in the whole wide world. I wonder who that could be. My friend Emmett, the antique dealer. A plump what's it? Asked Emmett. I don't have anything quite like that, Eddie. But here is a real treasure for your mother. A stamp from the British Navy. Extremely rare. I'm sure she'll love it. An old stamp? Maybe things weren't going so well after all. Poor Eddie, no luck finding the fluffy little squishy. I went to every shop in the neighborhood, but nobody knew anything. In the center of town was Theo's butcher shop. The big grump was my last hope. And look at where she went. Everywhere, all over town. A what? A silly squishy? Yelled Theo, pointing his big knife right at my nose. I don't have time for such foolishness. Go on, get out of here, Eddie. Let's see how busy he is. Oh my goodness. Super, super busy. I'm like, it doesn't even fit on the screen. Wow. I was so scared, I ran out of there as fast as a jackrabbit. And now it was snowing. I felt so tired and discouraged that I looked for a place to rest. Just as I was giving up, I heard this amazing little giggles right near my ear. And then I saw it. Do you guys see it? Right there, huh? Very cool. What is that? Let's go see. It was an adorable little creature. Fluffy, inedible, not stylish, and rare. A true fluffy little squishy at last. My present with 1,000 uses. It could be a pillow, a scarf, a decorative plant, a personal masseuse, a treasure finder, an amazing hat, a duster, a living sculpture, or a paintbrush. So many uses for the fluffy little squishy. Thanks to Mr. John's brioche, I almost had the squishy in my hands. But just then, it slipped and fell right into the garbage can that silly Quentin was just about to close. I begged him to stop, but he said no way would he open it for such a dirty old rag. Such bad luck. I dug into my pocket for Wendy's clover, and the old stamp fell out onto the ground. Immediately, Quentin turned around. What's that? Quentin burst out. English Navy. Extremely rare. I don't have it in my collection. You've got to sell it to me. Well, it's not for sale, but I'll trade it for your garbage bag and what's inside. Yuck. The little fluffy had rolled around in the stinky garbage and now smelled so horrible that it really needed a bath. But where? There was a fountain nearby, but it was coin operated. And it didn't have a cent, and I didn't have a cent in my pockets. Only Mimi's old button. Still, it was worth a try. After all, it was a very precious button. I put it into the slot and waited. What do you guys think is going to happen? Think it's going to work? Let's go see. A few seconds later, as if by magic, water gushed and sprayed everywhere. We stood under a waterfall of mist and snow. It was a beautiful sight, and all the people applauded. Look how cool that looks. It was the best day ever, because nobody before me had ever discovered such a wonder, which meant that I now knew how to do something better than anyone else. How to find fluffy little squishies. At home, Mom couldn't get over it. This fluffy little squishy is the best present ever. Did you find it yourself? I did. Me and my wonderful friends. The end. Well, I hope you guys enjoy this story today. I always have a lot of fun reading it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day.